Hello, beautiful souls. It's already the month of November. And in today's video, I would love to kind of integrate certain lessons that came with the month of October. And it also gives me a bit of an opportunity for myself to think about the things that the month October has brought to me and the certain lessons that I am now able to embody more for myself. The month was really about transitioning and standing still and thinking about how far we have come and the certain things that we managed to materialize, the visions that we, materialized. But with that kind of insight, there also came a bit of grief for me because I felt that it was time to also step into something new for myself, and I needed to kind of prioritize myself. So I needed to put myself on number one, which also meant that I needed to kind of put other things a little bit on the background. And with doing so, I felt at certain points quite uncomfortable because I needed to let go of certain things, like project-wise or even some friendships that I had to let go of. But all in all, because I felt that something was guiding me a certain direction and I needed to listen. So the month of October was a lot about transitioning and getting more comfortable with navigating life from my own center and feeling a lot more acceptance for my path and where I stand in life, and also a lot of acceptance for everything that happened in the past. So it felt like a whole transition into completion, and I'm still a bit in I don't know, I feel like I'm in some sort of crossroads, but it's getting more and more clear the direction that I need to take and the things that I need to listen to. So the new dreams. So what is kind of asking me to focus on. So it has been a lot about, transitioning. And also what I said before, grief. I feel like whenever we go through a certain transition, we have to kind of grieve the old parts of ourselves. We have to kind of grieve a certain identity that we stepped into. But I feel whenever that identity kind of is starting to create some inner conflict, we feel like, oh yeah, there are things that need to change in my life, and the only thing that is capable of making new steps is me. So I'm the one responsible for making those steps. So I really honor this space that I'm in right now, to be able to create some space and to move around my center and what I want to create, and also trusting that the other things that I've been building this year, they have their own pace and they have their own rhythm, and I don't need to kind of control that anymore. I kind of like have to let things have their own rhythm and their own flow, so I can also be more at ease with where I am in life. So yeah, the grieving part was a big energy that I had to move into in the month October. And a second one was around boundaries, and being okay with stating my boundaries and being okay that I cannot always please everyone. And that's been a major theme in my life. I felt like I was getting comfortable with stating my boundaries and not being afraid if that would mean that I would lose certain people. The major thing that I'm now like witnessing when it comes down to my own kind of like success in life and how I perceive success is that I have this major fear of when I like, I'm like when I'm focused on that one thing and I'm ambitious, I go all in. But in my past, I've been so afraid that if I would do that, because I've done that in the past, people would actually like, they would not understand that fully. But where I am now is that I have to be okay with a certain path that I take, and I can also have it both. So I can have my own success and I also can have my friendship and my tribe. But in the past, I was kind of scared if I would like walk a certain direction, people would not be able to walk with me. And I still have this kind of fear, and I'm gonna be honest that if I really go all in for my own path, that would mean that I have to kind of let people go. But I think that that is such a big fear that I have, which I need to address within myself, which I find out like these couple of weeks, that I know it's a fear of mine, but it doesn't have to be the reality because of my past. So it doesn't have to be something that I have to experience again. I feel like I need to address it in order that it will not happen again. But it's an interesting thing because I feel that it also makes me comfortable with walking my own path. Even though people may not always understand that, I feel I need to be comfortable with my path and everything that it includes. I need to be able to say yes to what is fully for me and what is really on my path. And the second major theme and lesson that October has brought to me is to really be acceptant of my path, to really feel like there is a unique path that I have. Everyone has their unique path, but I realized like I can have a lot of acceptance and a lot of reverence for my own path and everything that I've been through. So it also felt a bit of a completion month where I could be like, I needed to go through certain stages or like heartbreak or feeling betrayed or like losing people, because right now I'm in a state that I really know deep down I can always count on myself, and not in a sense that the shadow side is to become really selfish, but in this sense it's more like I know what I'm capable of. I know that all of the darkness that I had to go through, like losing myself, losing my own way, losing my foundation in life, is because right now I am building something really strong for myself with a lot of focus. And I don't want to be distracted from that anymore. I really want to be, really focused with that. So it was a bit of a completion, like more like the light was shining more outwards. And looking back at my life and the things that happened, it sounds really like, but everyone goes through dark things, but it's like up to us if we are able to transmute that darkness so that we can like integrate the lessons and we can integrate being more wise. So I'm just really excited now, like everything that's coming up next, and I'm like more curious what's coming up, because that is kind of the realm of infinite possibilities, and that is the realm that I want to be in, and that's the realm of being comfortable to walk into the unknown. And I felt my whole life I've been kind of like fighting against like routines or like standard living matrix life, because I've done everything like in my unique ways differently, like how I was supposed to navigate through life. So I don't look back at having certain regrets, because I want to live a life in which I'm able to say I've done everything that I possibly could. So I'm also moving into that energy of curiosity and just being curious about what is next and what is coming, and to be able to say, okay, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know, but I feel that I'm guided and I feel that I am listening to the instructions. And yeah, it's like this deeper sense of trust that is like growing through me, through my experiences, and that I can really look forward to what's coming. Number 3 has been about inspired action. I think in the beginning of October, I had this drive to put kind of new energy into my YouTube channel, and I shifted more to YouTube instead of Instagram, which has been a total game changer because I feel like excited to create content, like to create valuable content in any way, or to share stories, or to bring people on soul sanctuary talks to dive deep into certain topics or whatever. But I felt that the inspired action that I took is really helping me to learn more about myself and to be creative. For example, for Soul Sanctuary Talks, I have this intention to bring new people on the show. I will call it a show. And I also have to step more of my comfort zone. So nowadays it's really about spirituality, but what is under the umbrella of spirituality? It's so wide. So it's like, what kind of topics do I want to bring to the table, and who do I want to talk to? It's not like I'm waiting for that. It's like I'm really asking myself the questions. Yeah, I'm asking myself the questions, and I'm just having this feedback in my external reality, how that's gonna play out. So the third word or words has been about inspired action taking, and that it's so important that even though you don't have the full picture yet, you just move according to what brings you excitement and what brings you joy. So that has been a really valuable thing for me to do, like to make that step to put new energy into my YouTube channel and make that shift from Instagram to YouTube has been really amazing. Yeah, to make that shift towards YouTube as my main channel, and then the Instagram is like on the side, has been a huge like game changer, because I felt like the Instagram algorithm, it was almost impossible to even like put a video out there. I noticed that whenever I put a video out there, within no time I just didn't saw the algorithm catching up. So I feel like this last year something has changed with Instagram, and it became more like this machine of content creation. But it's almost like, as a like small content creator, you can almost not like beat that kind of algorithm. So I feel way more comfortable to create long lengths of videos on YouTube, and then like put it in snippets and share it with the Instagram community. So I'm also learning a lot about content creation and how you can be more strategic about it. So that also has been a beautiful lesson for me, to be really strategic about how I want to set things up, and to know that I'm the one. So that's also number 4, that I'm the one creating the momentum. That's the whole game changer too, because sometimes we feel that we need to wait for momentum, but I'm in a stage right now that I feel like momentum is being created. It is being created, and I don't even have a lot of words to like explain, but you are the momentum, like you are that wave. So of course there will be days where you feel like I don't know, like I don't really have the energy for it or whatever, but then suddenly something shifts in your day and you have the momentum again. And I feel that's the game changer when you say like, I'm the momentum, because I'm the one that's generating the energy and inspiration to fuel this into, you know, my projects or my dreams, my goals, whatever. So I am momentum has been a game changer for me too. So that's number 4. Number 5, be your biggest cheerleader in life. Because not everyone is gonna, you know, maybe understand what it is that your dreams are, or that you want to like birth into the world, or whatever, how you want to say it. You have to be your biggest cheerleader when no one's clapping, because only you are putting in the work and the effort to see things in fruition. So being your own cheerleader prevents you from falling into traps of self-doubt, because these doubts will come, you know, when you start something new and exciting. These doubts are, you know, they will come. It's like inevitable. But who is your biggest cheerleader? And I feel like you have to be that biggest cheerleader for yourself, because even if you cannot see the success straight away, and however you want to like perceive success, you have to be the one that carries you to the top. No one's gonna do that for you. Like, even if people would clap heavily for you, you still have to climb the mountain. So be your biggest cheerleader. That has really been a big like life changer for me, that you have to clap for yourself, because not everyone will always clap for you or have the time to clap for you, you know. So be your biggest cheerleader. You don't even have to worry about like if you are capable of doing the things that you love to do. You will notice that when you're your biggest cheerleader, that life will bring opportunities your way that you could never imagine in the first place. So yeah, your biggest cheerleader has to be you. And last but not least, the overall word for, you know, October has been transition. But transition doesn't have to be scared. And I feel, of course, there can be some grief experience with transitioning. But if you look at it from a bigger perspective, is that the transitioning makes room and makes space for the things that you really are supposed to be doing in life. And transitioning is only scary for the ego that desperately tries to hold on to certain things, but life is to be experienced in full glory, in sometimes not knowing where you're going or where you're heading. And it's just beautiful to be able to be aware of the transitioning and to be gentle with yourself in the process. So yeah, from the transitioning came a lot of curiosity. And what I feel right now when you move through this transitioning is that the energy of curiosity arises. And I feel like curiosity is such a beautiful way to navigate life and to be open to what life has to offer to you, and not to be always in control, but to also say, I feel and I know that there is a higher power controlling, like it's a divine orchestration of what's going on in my life and what's happening. And I just need to be open to stay in my own, you know, authentic vibration and move with that kind of navigation system. So it's all about trust. So from the transitioning came the curiosity and the trust to be fully excited about what is yet to come. So now it's like, okay, we're moving forwards. So October was a bit about a deep dive within yourself and to transition and to kind of come out of that cocoon. And then these months ahead are more about stepping into the unknown. That is what it is for me. Like, I'm literally stepping into the unknown and I'm just excited. I have a couple of things that I see myself doing, but I just have to walk in trust that I know that this is gonna happen someday. And yeah, I hope this video was kind of supporting you in a way to also look at what the month has brought to you, and also to be kind of consciously stepping into the month of November. And you know, also be curious about what is to come, because new beginnings don't have to be scary. Like, new beginnings can also be excited and curious. So see you in the next video.